We have a nice overcast morning, nice cool morning. Leaving Dalton Trailhead, heading to Elk Creek Trailhead. It'll be a long day. So far, this has been a really quiet, peaceful walk this morning. Pretty much just birds and a little breeze. Big change from the ORV trails. So I've had a steady climb coming out of Dalton Trailhead heading north. The campground, honestly, is just a short walk from the trailhead, so that'd be a great place to stop for the night if it fits in your itinerary. Have a established campsite, picnic table, all that kind of thing. If that's not your thing, if you want to get out into the backcountry more, this spot, we are up at the top of the climb, just under 2 miles according to my inReach. Nice level, nice breeze, nice views. This would also be a great place to set up for a night. All kinds of backpacking camp options along this little stretch right here. I'm coming to the northern end of the Black Hills. Won't be too long, I'll be back into hiking through prairie. I honestly don't know how that tree's still standing. Wow. That's about all I can really say. Guessing that's Elk Creek down there that we're looking at and hearing. Just hoping the river crossings we have coming up aren't too awful scary. Something that's a little bit new to me. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm right about the 11-mile mark on my inReach. Again, the inReach seems to be showing more mileage than the book. I've not made it to Elk Creek yet. The book says Elk Creek is at the 10-mile mark. Obviously, I'm past the 10-mile mark and have not reached that. But camp areas have been pretty consistent. The upper elevation areas seem to be pretty good. I'll kind of show around. The lower areas when you're going through the canyons and gulches. One of these days I'm going to look up gulch and see what that exactly is, but according to my map, I've gone through some. I think they're low areas, I know that much. And the climbs up and down generally don't have good places to camp, so just pay attention to your topos, and when you're getting to the top, usually there's nice level areas, good breeze, pretty views. Best place to camp anyway, in my opinion. Made it to Elk Creek, showing 11.8 miles on my inReach. Guidebook shows the official trail miles as 10 miles at this point. There are adjusted miles in the book as well, and it's been my experience that my inReach shows closer to those adjusted miles. I'm guessing it's as the crow flies versus the elevation change. I don't know that. The book does explain it. I'll be honest, I just haven't really taken the time to read and understand. But haven't done any of the crossings yet. I have a feeling they're coming up pretty soon. Well, at least this part, I think I'm going to try to do without putting sandals on. Between the rocks and the ropes, I think I can make it. Alright. This one's going to require switching to sandals. And I think I will move my good camera into a dry bag, just in case. I'm not always the most coordinated. It's like a little cave over there. Well, glad I left my sandals on. That was about a 30-second walk to crossing number 2. Crossing number 3 with a rope. Well, that was unexpected. Not in a bad way. Did not realize I was that far. And crossing number 4. So far, they've come pretty close together. I have just left my sandals on between crossings. I have Tevas, which are not bad for hiking in anyway. And it's been a lot easier than switching back and forth with my boots. So, successful crossing number 4. I do want to do just a quick comment about Elk Creek. My understanding is that the water level here varies widely depending on the time of year. It's actually a seasonal creek, so it could be dry. So if you're counting on it for water, you might want to make sure you check with the Forest Service or other hikers and make sure that there's water here. Otherwise, it is a very long dry stretch here. There's not been any water until I got to this creek. Sorry, I just got a message on my inReach. Kind of distracted me a little bit. Anyway, there's not been any water since I left Dalton Lake. And if there is no water here, my understanding is you have another 10 or 12 miles before you're going to come across it. So a lot of people cache water here later in the year, depending on what the water level is. In the spring, when you have the snow runoff, it can be very, very high. So it can be a little bit of a dangerous crossing, which is also problematic because I am probably, with my inReach miles, 12 miles in from the last trailhead. Some people opt to come in from the other direction. I'm only a mile from Elk Creek Trailhead. I just passed that sign. So if you're worried about it being too high, you may want to do this one north to south instead of south to north. That way you're going to know within the first mile if you're going to be able to get across it. All of them have been roughly about the same depth, give or take. Right now, of course, again, varies, but right now it's running about knee-high on me. I'm pretty short, so probably calf-high on some of you others. But anyway, I just wanted to make that comment because of how much it does vary throughout the year. Well, apparently we have water crossing number 5 here. Looks to be a little bit deeper. I'll let you know on the other side. Well, apparently looks were deceiving because it was not quite knee-high. I think just because it's a little bit shaded here made it look a little bit deeper than it was. So I made it to Elk Creek Trailhead. Not gonna lie, this was a really long day. Not a bad day. Definitely a long day. I'll check my mileage here and get back with you on that. Good morning. Back at Elk Creek Trailhead. That's where I came from yesterday. And that's where we're headed this morning. Starting off uphill again. But I'm going to be doing some major loss of elevation. Actually quite a bit both ways. Have 2,100 feet of elevation gain today. But about, oh, I don't remember, but I know over 3,000 feet of elevation loss. So we'll definitely be heading down towards the prairie. We'll check in later. I ran into a lot of logging on this first section just north of Elk Creek. Fortunately though, not had any problems following the trail. I've been on some where logging has completely obliterated the trail, so I do appreciate the fact that there's still markers and you can still see where the trail is. The logging makes me sad, but I know some of it's necessary. There's been some type of beetle, I want to say a bark beetle, I don't remember that 100% though, that has just decimated the native trees here. So this morning I'm finding myself struggling a little bit mentally. The trail's great, the weather's great, hiking strong. The problem is that I'm hiking without my hiking buddy Luna. Luna was a German Shepherd mix that pretty much hiked everywhere with me. I mean, training hikes. Didn't do a lot of backpacking. She wasn't great at sleeping in a tent, but with this being a supported hike, my plan was to bring her along. And unfortunately, we lost her about 2.5 weeks ago. She was only 4, and it was quite unexpected. It's not something I've really talked to with anybody, really. I mean, other than my kids. I think it's taken a while to become real to me, for me to accept it mentally. But I do think hiking is therapeutic for me. I think about her every day, every hike. I hope she's found some good trails. So Luna, this hike's for you. I miss you, baby girl. Every single day. I haven't seen a whole lot of good campsite spots since I left Elk Creek. I am at 3 miles on the inReach. Here's a nice open spot. Probably give you great night sky views. I bet if you climbed up to the top there, you would have some good views from there too. Probably a little hard to see in the video, but there is the end goal right there. Bear Butte. Let's see if I can point to it. Right there. There go my poles. After my long day yesterday, my knees are not much appreciating this long downhill into Bulldog Gulch. I had brought my sandals with me because I knew I would be crossing this little creek down in the gulch a few times on this hike, but I'm guessing that wasn't really necessary. Just a tiny creek, easy to step across. Butte. Went a few miles without really seeing any great camp options. Even this area is not great, but I think it'd be doable if you were ready to stop for the day. A little past the halfway mark from Elk Creek, headed towards Alkali Creek. What a cool gate. And a cool way to look out for your puppy dog. Well, decision time. Do I wade through the water and go through the tunnel, or go play Frogger on the interstate? I guess I'll get wet feet. Looks like we got some birds that call this place home. See the campground. Just hope I don't blow away before I get there. Yay, I made it. Another long day, but I think I did pretty good, pace-wise. Better than yesterday, actually. I'll have to look up final numbers and everything, but I am here. This is where I'll be starting tomorrow. Nice little tent area at Alkali Creek. So I made it back to Alkali Creek this morning, getting a little bit of a late start. Just didn't feel like getting up and moving this morning like normal. Was going to make it a short day, just going to go to Fort Meade, but it's nice and cool. Supposed to get up into the 80s, be sunny tomorrow. I'm hitting a lot of open areas, so I'm guessing I'm going to go further. Kind of play that one by ear. Forgot my hat today, so I hope the sun isn't out too much. Nice day. Thunderstorms last night, but pretty day this morning. I will check in later. There she is. The end is definitely in sight. To be in a better place mentally this morning. Not that I'm not still missing Luna, but I don't know, it's like I have good days and bad days, and definitely was having a bad day the other day. I'm not one that usually shares a lot of feelings. Anybody that knows me knows that. Honestly, I primarily make these videos for me. I mean, if somebody can get some enjoyment out of them, a little bit of useful information out of them, that's great. I don't mind sharing it all. But largely they're for me to go back and watch later on. And thinking about Luna was definitely part of this hike, so I don't know. Like I said, I don't know when I get off the trail and back into real life I may just edit that part out altogether, but regardless, this hike is definitely for Luna. I do miss her very much. One more thing I probably should mention, just in case there's any questions about it. A big reason that I'm not backpacking this time around is because of the COVID-19 pandemic. We spent a lot of time deciding what we should do as far as taking a trip, not taking a trip. My plan all along had been to finish the trail by backpacking, and I decided that that would require some support from other people, shuttles, resupplies possibly, and I was actually not going to do it. My husband suggested coming out with me, bringing our little camper, and we could be completely self-supported with that. He could do all the shuttles for me, carrying a lighter pack, getting good meals every night, getting good sleep every night, would reduce the chance of injury. So we decided to go that route. Everything we needed, food, water, everything was packed before we left home. The only thing we needed was gas. Pumping gas, we would use a pair of gloves. When we were done getting gas, we'd take the gloves off, throw them away. So no possibility of any kind of contamination there to us or to other people. I'm really missing my hat here. Anyway, my husband and I were both paramedics. Between the two of us, we've got 40 plus years in the healthcare field. So we certainly understand about viruses, staying safe, keeping other people safe. It's not that we're not taking it serious, but everything we're doing is legal. Practicing social distance guidelines, and getting out for some mental health for us. There's Sturgis. Looks like we're getting ready to start our way down. Signs to be a little bit confusing following. Actually started down the wrong way and then came up to see what this sign said. So I did take a slight wrong turn, but corrected very quickly. A little butterfly trying to hang on in the wind. Sign's a little worn on this side, but according to the other side, this was a CCC camp. Kind of cool. Made it to Fort Meade. Gonna head on to at least Bear Butte Campground, maybe even the visitor center. We'll see how I'm doing on time. Was hoping for a picnic table here at Fort Meade, but no luck. At least I did find a rock that I could sit on and have a quick break and a little snack. Heading on to Bear Butte Campground. It's not real obvious here which direction you need to go, but I'm pretty sure I see a brown sign. I'm guessing the Centennial Trail sign off on the right. So I'm going to head that way. 90% sure I'm right. Once I cross the highway, things aren't really obviously marked. So I opted to go through the gate. According to my inReach map, looks like I'm headed the right direction. I am on a trail headed towards Bear Butte, so hopefully I'll come across the Centennial marker sign or 89 sign. I will update either way, whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong. I will give an update as soon as I know. Well, it's almost completely buried by grass already, but at least I do know I did the right thing. Coming across the highway, go through the gate, and then just follow the little single track through the field. It will put you in the right direction. Well, I did not bring my sandals today because I did not think I was going to have any water crossings to deal with. Looks like if I wander down the creek a little ways, I might be able to get across on some rocks, so we will see how it goes. Well, I wandered down quite a ways on my left because it looked like that was the shallower direction. Did not find anything that was not going to end up with water over my boots or on really slick rocks that would be a good chance for falling. Don't want to screw it up this close to the end. Might be something down that way. It's a little bit hard to tell, but honestly, I think I'm just going to slide my boots off and go barefoot. I don't know exactly what I wanted to do, but I'm across. It's actually fairly deep right here where the trail is. There are shallower places to cross. I just thought I would stay on the trail once I decided to go barefoot. It is very soft too. You do sink in spots, so just a heads up. Well, we seem to have come full circle. Once again, I'm upsetting prairie dogs. Just like down in Wind Cave. Butte Lake is just up over the hill. I am now officially in Bear Butte State Park. Yay! Final leg of the Centennial Trail. Well, I seem to have missed the official Bear Butte Lake Trailhead somehow or another, but being a mile and a quarter from the visitor center, I think I'm going to push onto there. That's the plan. I'm on the final mile of the Centennial Trail. I actually, when I got off the trail at Rapid Creek last year, I went ahead and drove up north and summited Bear Butte then. I have hung on to that video. I'm going to put it at the end of this video, so it all kind of flows nicely south to north. I've actually got just a few more steps to go to completely 100% finish my Centennial Trail journey. I'm going to end my videos here. Obviously I'm going to add the summit after this one, but they've asked that you not take pictures or videos of the Native American prayer offerings, and it's going to be hard to videotape and not get those in there if I get any closer. So for now, we're going to say Centennial Trail hike is a wrap. I'm very happy. Tired, but very happy. One last look. Yay, success. I like it.